Lastly, we get to the unsung heroes, the true champions of the bottom lane, the supports who everybody loves to forget, although less so these days because they do more damage and have more gold and are tankier than some of the players that actually, are getting CS. But hard to rank this one a little bit. I think the top two, Ming and Keria, another. Some people might want Keria first even, but Ming has been so incredible all year with RNG. But I think most people probably going to have them 1-2.
Yeah, I think it should be relatively easy to establish these two are the two supports that you need to be, majorly keeping your eye on at this event. That's not meant to say that the rest of this list or the other supports aren't going to be able to make the plays that you want to be watching. But absolutely, these two have got to be the premier names that you're thinking about it. And for me, it has to be Ming at number one. What he has done and proven throughout his career, you got to be giving him that nod. And yes, I know, you're looking at Keria and it's just relatively a lack of experience. That's all it is for him at this stage that can hold you back from wanting to put him in that number one ranking. But you know what? Man, that's not going to be the case any other year outside in his career. So just get it out of the way this way. Next time you can find yourself at the number one spot, Keria.
Guy's 2 for 2 going to Worlds in his first 2 years on the professional scene. So he's absolutely had the perfect or fantastic start to his very young career still. Crispin Mako in at 3 and 4. That's 3 out of the 4 are LPL support so far. And a lot of them big veterans. Really, these three have all been around for a long time, especially Mako and Ming kind of revitalized the lineup around them. And they look like it's 3 years ago they're in peak form.
Absolutely, and it's such a blast getting to watch what these LPL supports do, how they engage, whether it's what type of plays they want to get off early in the 2v2 to get their ADC ahead and get a kill and unlock the roaming phase. That's the big one with these LPL supports, the way they like to get around the map, almost like a second jungler. Big one for me in this one that we're talking about is Mako. The job that he has done alongside Viper, that's been huge. What he has done to help settle in Viper to not only the squad and the LPL, but with what they have done on the Rift together, that combined power, the sync that they have, the synergy. That's what we like to be talking about, and that's what we like to be seeing on the Rift.
And we're excited to see more of it with the boys. 5 and 6, it's the LEC's turn. Hylissang, same spot as his partner, upset in the 80 carry ranking. Both of them obviously so vital to these teams. Kaiser just re-signing through 2023 with the Mad Lions. And Hylissang, I feel like this split was the least amount of times we were talking about Hilly Int.
Absolutely, and it's one of those ones where, time and time again, Hylissang will get bit by, the Hilly Int syndrome, and we'll get 1 or 2 instances of that, sometimes in the same weekend, going on, and everyone starts to doubt and question Hylissang and his prominence and what he can bring to the role. This split is the exact resounding answer of what he can do and how he can play at a peak level for a team and what he brings. We've seen this at the World Championship last year. The aggression that he brought in the bottom lane was one of the top supports at the event. I don't expect anything different for this year.
No, and why would you? He seems to only step up even more so when he does get in that international stage. Iwandi, much like Light, I think criminally underrated that bot lane as a whole for LNG because everybody focuses so much on Tarzan. Core JJ, I believe the third LCS player that actually makes it on the list, so big round of applause for Core JJ, alongside Alfari and Closer, I think we were talking about. The other big one I want to talk about here is Vista at number 10, because I initially had Beryl there, and I was like, surely Beryl has to be on this list at least, right? I know he's been up and down, had some rough moments, and then, much like Deft getting a boost in the regional finals for Hanwha Life, Vista was fantastic too, and he absolutely deserves the 10 spot ahead of Beryl.
We've banged on that supporter drum for Beryl for quite a while. We've been saying how good he is, how vital he was during Dam1's championship run. This year has been incredibly different as far as overall the bottom lanes, but specifically looking at Beryl and the role that he has to play, not only in his own lane, but for the rest of the team around the way that the support position has evolved in its necessity and its impact around the map. Have not seen that from someone like Beryl. And you know what? I don't care what it is, whether it's individual play, playing a bit too much Genshin Impact. We love Genshin Impact too, but we are not loving the play that we have seen from Beryl this year. But we are loving as well, alongside that Genshin Impact, is your boy playing Vista, my man. He has been fantastic for Hanwha Life. And again, we talked many times about this regional gauntlet run that they went on. Vista and the role that he did alongside Deft in the bottom lane was a huge part in why they were picking up those advantages.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Beryl, with the amount of replays that are in the LCK these days, he can't hide. He can't hide those 1v4 engages where he flashes in as Leona and dies in those scenarios. So you can really hyper-analyze how he's performing there. So Beryl just outside of that top 10, and just jumping back up to Core JJ once more, Captain LCS. He's always the secret sauce for Team Liquid internationally, and will be again.
And we talk about, with Team Liquid, Alphari and Santorin, the difference makers that they can do as a jungle duo. It's incredibly easy, and it's vital that you don't forget that Core JJ is also roaming, and he's a big part of helping the rest of the team get any advantages around the map. He brings so much to the game than just his actual gameplay. What he brings for the rest of the team and his communication, that's what makes Core JJ an unreal X factor.
Communication, obviously the on-rift roaming. We've heard Tactical talk about he just 1v2s. He says, goodbye. Bye, Core JJ. See you in 25 minutes. That's how it goes. Works out for Team Liquid. But yeah, just the leadership qualities as a world champion that he brings to Team Liquid is invaluable. We've seen time and time again. But that is it today for League on Lock. Eric and Mark hanging out with you guys, as always. Thank you so much for watching. The World's Previews will continue, and we'll catch you on that flippity flip.